And it is a depressing time of the year, I remember that. And that's why they say the British have got a stiff upper lip. That's not voluntary, it's just frozen because of the weather. The bottom lip is frozen too and everything else. But imagine a person who's a monk who's living in these very alive jungles of Thailand, where it's very light and there's so much animals and so much life in these jungles, going to the northern hemisphere. And just the culture shock was so great that even monks who were meditating started to sort of lose a lot of their energy. And it was quite dull, the whole thing. But I remember Ajahn Brahm telling me once that he was just looking out the window one morning, just in this dismal grey street, and it was drizzling as it does over there. It can't even rain properly, it just sort of drizzles. And he saw hunched in a doorway sort of a homeless man. And these homeless men in those times would keep themselves warm at night using cheap liquor, either sort of methylated spirits or something else which they could get from the shop, which is very cheap, which kills you. And I remember such people from my youth, and they would stink because they wouldn't wash, and that alcohol just left this terrible stench on you. And he saw this poor homeless man, just dirty, hunched in the doorway, trying to avoid the rain and the cold. And then he saw coming in his direction one of these typical English men, like a businessman, dressed in like a bowler hat, a nice sharp suit, and the umbrella, almost a stereotypical old British gentleman going to work in the morning. And as he just watched in the window, as sometimes you do, see what's going to happen, he was taken aback when this man, dressed impeccably on his way to work, stopped by that homeless man in the doorway, hunched over him. And he saw this man, cleanly dressed, put his arm around this stinking homeless man, help him up and take him to a cafe to give him breakfast. And he said it was such an unexpected act of kindness. He said in that moment, it was as if the greyness of London in the winter time, in drizzle, just all vanished, and the whole place glowed with light, with joy, with inspiration. He just saw an unexpected act of kindness. That one little event was a small one, but it just made him feel so wonderful. And I'm sure he told that to many people, and he told it to me, and I tell it to you. You can see what I mean by some interconnectedness.